Shoutout, there's your blood, screaming fire, tiger flies at the lights. Every night, you fight, favorite sight, vivid sights, baby shows, and an escapade. Fancy arcade, pixelated party, lesson made unafraid. Karaoke screams, singing themes, heart and sleeves. Anime dreams, bursting seams, city gleams, dancing screams, endless streams, less extreme, Saturday gleams, so day gleams, so it seems nothing rings. Raise the channel, riot loud, crowd unbowed, techno sound, pulses pound, dream astound, youth unbound, joy profound, lost and found, channel raver on the prowl, echoes howl.
Good morning and welcome back. It's Saturday for most of us. It's about 8 o'clock here. I'm your boy, the oggm, broadcasting live as always from Site B, located somewhere in the mythical town of Fresno, Nevada, which looks suspiciously like Ventura. It's another foggy, gloomy day here at the beach. The sky is an interesting color brown. That's usually not good. But apparently the rest of the state is under a severe catastrophic cold weather warning, so I guess I can't complain too much about the weather here at Site B. Meanwhile, it's Saturday, so it's time to tiptoe our way through the amazing world of tabletop role-playing game channels or tabletop role-playing game adjacent channels on the YouTube, spread a little kindness, bring a little attention to some channels that maybe aren't getting enough love, and I don't know, just do something nice after another negative week as I continue my quest for positivity in 2026. Will I succeed? Will I fail? Will I help any of these channels grow? Will I help my channel grow? Is anybody even listening to me out there? The voice in the wilderness? Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. We're here just to have some fun. So let's make some new friends, spread a little kindness, and see where the YouTube takes us today. Once again, as always, thank you to Jeff's Game Box, our #1 employee of the month, for sending me these links every week. He sends me anywhere from 2 to 25 links for all these channels. Would I have been able to go as far as I have, 103 of these now, without him? I don't know. But he's definitely made it a lot easier. So please take a moment to subscribe to his channel. Link in the description down below. If the links are working, apparently they weren't working last time, and I had to go back and fix them. We'll see what happens. Now, we have Adventure Night. He's got a blimp. Who doesn't love blimps? And he's got a ray gun. Who doesn't love ray guns? Explore the world of tabletop role-playing games with Adventure Night. Adventure Night has 607 subscribers and 11 videos. That's cool. Adventure Night says, dive into the fascinating and diverse... I don't know why I'm doing this voice, but we're going to run with it. Dive into the fascinating and diverse world of tabletop role-playing games. On this channel, you'll find reviews and deep dives into tabletop role-playing games, products, as well as advice for players and game masters. And he's been doing this since 2025 and already 607 subscribers. Way to go, dude. All right, last time he posted was 11 days ago, looks like. It's called the 7 D&D Podcast You Should Be Listening To. So reviews, actual plays. So he's gone through all the trouble of prowling through the amazing world of tabletop role-playing game podcasts on Spotify or other channels that do that. And spent time listening to enough of them to go, yeah, that one's good. At this point in the technology, what's the difference between a podcast and just normal YouTubing, other than which form you're presenting them in? There's stuff on like Spotify and podcast channels that you might not find on YouTube, and there's stuff on YouTube that you might not find on podcast channels, but a lot of them cross-pollinate. So is there a difference? I guess if you're doing voice only with no imagery, then it's 100% a podcast, right? But if you're just doing a video like I'm doing right now and you call it a podcast, is it a podcast? I don't know. Anyways, he listened to enough of them to go, hey, that podcast right there, that sounds like something you should listen to. So thank you for taking the time to doing that. It could not have been easy because I'm not sure how many podcasts there are, but that are tabletop role-playing game exclusive or tabletop role-playing game adjacent. I love saying that. It just sounds so cool. But there's enough. There's, I know that there's at least 12 because that's how many were nominated for the awards last time. So I'm assuming there's probably at least 100, if not more. So I can't imagine how much time and effort went through to go into listening to these and picking the 7 best. I'm assuming he did the work and he just didn't just go that one, done. That he actually listened to them because, I want to say nice things about this guy. Then 3 months ago, he did a Halloween adventure. Yay. 4 months ago, he talked about Pirate Borg. Yay, Merc Borg. The joke that became something way bigger than the original creator ever intended, and God love it. Here he's talking about OSE, some Star Trek-y type stuff with Starborg, talking about the 5 books, which one is the worst and which one is the best. That's easy. Minds of Fendelver is the best. Tomb of Annihilation is the second best. Player's Handbook, probably the third best. Everything else, bleh. And then something about a World War game. And he's spotting a little goatee and mustache. Very, very theatrical, very super villainish looking. So we like that. And I subscribe, but apparently the computer's being weird again. Look at it. Why does it do this? I got to sign in. Okay, I'm signed in. Subscribe. Bam. Now you have 608 subscribers. Congratulations. Thank you, Adventure Night. Would love to talk to you sometime if you're ever in the neighborhood of the sound of my voice and want to talk tabletop role-playing game. And now for some reason, a program just went live. I don't understand. This computer's not even a year old. And it's already weird. I bought it because it was supposed to be not weird. It was the least likely computer for me to break, and I broke it. If only I could use these superpowers, for my advantage instead of constantly making my life more difficult. Moving on. Thank you, Adventure Night. Good luck. Hopefully we will hear from you soon. Okay. Next up, we have Artist for Hire, Santana, who stopped by our channel a while back when I was talking about AI art, and he's a real live artist, and he called me out and said, I will do art for free for you if you rebuke what you previously said in your video and basically say AI is shit. Which, I'm sorry, I wouldn't do, because I would not be where I am right now without AI and the advancements in computer aid, be it spell checking, grammar, art, whatever. I would love to be able to afford this guy. I can't. Hopefully in the future, if the next game is successful enough, I will be able to support, and I will reach out to him because he took the time and effort to call me out, and I appreciate being called out. And I said that I can't, I won't buy his art, and I won't say that I'm rebuking my statement about AI, but I will shout him out, and I will give him a subscribe. So he has 41 subscribers. He's got 273 videos. He says, I love art and tabletop role-playing games. And then he's got a link to his subscriber star adult heavy metal. Is that an art portfolio site? I hope so. My sister, the artist, needs an art portfolio. So if anybody can recommend an art portfolio site. And he has been doing this since 2011. Wow. 2011. That's a long time. That's ancient. Oh, I got a comment. Hi, RPG Grandma. Thanks for stopping by. Ancient 2011 YouTube. That's when it still was like 8-bit and you had to like crank it up to get YouTube to work. It still was plugged into the wall in the ancient years of 2011 when dinosaurs roamed the earth. All right. I'd give him a subscribe, but look at it. Sign in again. Why? Why do you keep forgetting who I am? I don't understand. But anyway, subscribe. Bam. The last time he posted was a year ago. So, Artist for Hire Santana, thanks for calling me out. I wish you all the success. Someday I will be able to pay you for your art. But for now, it's AI. I'm sorry. But as a disabled, autistic, dyslexic person who, is not as talented as you, AI spell checking, AI grammar checking, AI layout, AI art, when I can't pay somebody, I prefer to use stock art. There's a lot of stock art going into the new products I'm working on, a lot of public domain art, but still, for very specific characters like tag or whatever, I got to use AI. But someday, hopefully, I will be able to support you. Bam! All right. Moving on. We've got Fearless Few Gaming. I know I'm going to stumble over that one several times, so I apologize in advance for mispronouncing your name. Fearless Few Gaming has 301 subscribers. He's got 14 videos out. He says tabletop role-playing games, board games, box set heroes, Forge Worlds, Roll Dice, Fear Nothing. Now home of the Starter Set Society and the upcoming End of Line Club. Find us on Instagram. He has been doing this since 2022. But damn, you get a subscribe. 302. Stop it. My God, why? Why? I don't understand. And I know somebody, more than one person said, well, just remove the program and do a clean restart, and it won't do this. So I did a clean restart, removed everything, reinstalled everything. It still does this. I did a clean restart, removed everything, restarted everything, did the clean restart, set it back to factory, went online, still does this. 302 subscribers. Let's see. Last time he posted was 2 weeks ago talking about Alien, the RPG, which I kickstarted. This is the new version of Aliens. So if you're a fan of Aliens with all the other Prometheus stuff, this is the one that includes it. And then before that, he reviewed the Stranger Things Hellfire Club box, which is starting to get some real good what's the word I'm looking for? Some real good response. Now that the Hellfire Club Stranger Things nonsense is over and people are actually taking time to look at the book with unbiased eyes, I'm seeing a lot of positive response to it. A lot of people are saying that it is a good starter set. Stranger Things or not, it's just a well-written, well-put-together starter set. Is it better than the Not Keeps on the Borderlands starter set, which also got some really good reviews? I don't know. I haven't seen anybody compare the two, but it's surprising that it's considered a really good starter set. And then before that, he was starting about Aliens, and it looks like he's talking about a couple other different games. Aliens. Here's Miami 86. Wow, I haven't heard that game mentioned in a while. Aliens. Miami 86. So just a lot of modern day role playing, plus some D&D. It's nice to see somebody shouting out space games, modern day games, as well as D&D. Wayland Utini. This guy loves himself some Aliens, and that's nice to see because I love myself some Aliens. So yeah, I have that game on my shelves. I kickstarted it. Moving on. Thank you, Fearless View Gamings, for being awesome. Hello to each and every one of you that is joining us this morning. Please take time to like, share, and subscribe to all the channels that I present. And if you have a channel that I haven't shouted out yet, like RPG Grandma, who I shouted out like a year ago, please take a moment to let me know. And if you ever want to come on and talk about your channel or your role playing, you know, I'm all alone. I sit by the phone. Call me anytime, you know. Wait, no, that's the AC/DC song. That's not me. All right, moving on to the last one for the day. And we've got, nope, I just did him. We've got, stupid computer. The Dungeon Loot, the Dungeons Loop, 4.25K subscribers, 247 videos, 4.25K. I don't know if this person needs my help. If anything, they can maybe help us out. But what do they say? They say, welcome to the Dungeons Loot, your daily source of bite-sized D&D inspiration. Join us for a daily dose of Dungeon Master's delights, and we serve up fresh plot hooks, character concept, magic items, and more to fuel your tabletop adventure. Dive into the world of Dungeons and Dragons with our quick and exciting content that's perfect for both players and Dungeon Masters. Subscribe now to level up your D&D game. Could you say the same thing any more times? I'm sorry, but yeah, that could use a little work. They've been up since 2020. Congratulations. I am now 4.26. Yeah, I know. Sign in. I will sign in. Why do you keep doing this? I don't understand. Why do I keep asking why you keep doing this? The last time they posted was 9 days ago. Here we have a 12-minute video about dark D&D adventure hooks that will change your campaign. And then we have one for 12 D&D dilemmas Here's 27 traps for your game. So we've got 3 talking about making the game darker, making D&D darker, making D&D hate you, make your players hate you. So obviously this is working considering how many subscribers they have, but it is sort of the antithesis of 2026 Dungeons and Dragons to try and make it darker. If you want to run a darker game than Dungeons and Dragons 2026, run a darker game. Use Dolemwood or any of the other D20 systems out there that are designed to be darker. Don't try and make D&D darker. Don't try. I said this yesterday. I can't believe I'm still saying this in 2026. Don't try and make 5.5 anything other than what it is. 2014 D&D worked. I have played in 2 games run by people who understood how D&D was supposed to be. I ran 1. And when it works, if you let it work and you understand that the genre is Saturday morning cartoon fantasy. That's what 5 was. I assume that's what 5.5 is. It works. 5 worked when you let it work and you didn't try and fight against it. And I assume 5.5 works when you're willing to embrace what it is. When you try and make it something it's not, like darker or human-centric, or I'm doing air fingers, but you can see them, or low power, or low magic, or mudcore, or anything other than what 5.5 is, it doesn't work because it goes against the DNA. So, no, I wish you all the luck in the world, Dungeon Loot. I'm glad you're successful, but nobody wants to play dark D&D. If you try and make it dark, it doesn't work. If you want to play something that's dark and fantasy, that's maybe a little more unsafe and a little bit more scary and a little bit more hardcore, pick a different game. There are plenty of level-based D20 products out there that do dark, that are designed to do dark. The most recent, I believe, is Dolemwood, right? Or the stuff that Chubby Funster made, or the Gods of the Northland stuff. There's plenty of dark level-based D20 stuff out there. But yeah, you can't make D&D dark. It doesn't work. Accept Dungeons and Dragons for what it is. Your job is not to make your players hate you, or fear your game, because you're running D&D, which is a Saturday morning cartoon. That said, so congratulations on the success of your channel, Dungeons Loot. I'd love to have 4.25K subscribers. I would love to have 2,300 subscribers by Valentine's Day, because that's the Valentine's Day goal, to get 2,300 subs by Valentine's Day. And if we do, we're going to eat a MRE that was sent to us by DM's Kurt. Yum, Valentine dinner at MRE. So if you haven't had a chance to support the OGGM, please take a moment out of your time to like, share, and subscribe. Grandma is telling us she has problems with Microsoft recently. I have problems with Microsoft every single day for the past 30 some odd years, or I don't know. I've been documenting the daily weirdness that happens to me since my 30th birthday, but my parents tell me there was weird stuff that happened to me before that, but yeah. Yeah. So it's not Microsoft, it's me. It's me. If I had a dime for every time somebody said to me, I've never seen the computer do that before, or that's never happened to anybody else, I'd be fucking rich. Anyways, you don't care about that. It's Saturday. It's the 24th day of January. We made it through January. Our all the support and prayers and aid to all the people out in the Midwest and the East Coast are going to be hit by this awful winter that everybody's talking about, as if there's not enough things going wrong in the Midwest and the South and the East Coast with everything with the politics. We got to also now worry about the most devastating winter since the last devastating winter. So yeah, be safe out there. Have a great Saturday. Thanks for stopping by. If you have anything else you want me to talk about, please let me know. I'm always open to positive, constructive criticism because I can't grow without input. All right, that's all I've got to say. I will see you all next time. Have a great Saturday. Bye.
Electric beats, bustle streets, endless streets, midnight beats, living heat, hearts beat fleet, polyphonic meets, cyber beats, rhythm sweet, Saturday seats, beat retreats, makes us complete. Blazing trails, no fails, neon veils, waves of gales, color tales, joy sails, endless rails, like rebel, Saturday's tale, we hail breaking jails. Break the channel, riot loud, crowd unbowed,